Today is the first time that I've been really excited about something in Pokemon Go in a long time, and we just got out of a double candy event. Now, I know a lot of people are really upset about these raid bosses because, to be honest, a lot of them are not super beneficial. Golem is really good. Scyther will probably be useful if you have Metal Coats to evolve into Scizor. Scizor is just a good tacker, so in the course of your Pokemon Go journey, Scizor will be a good Pokemon. Porygon's hard to find if you don't have it, and one day Porygon Z will be very good. With Magneton, Magnezone will be good one day, so get those candies while you can. Omastar is obviously a very good attacker as well, and even Ivysaur from the level 1s. Venusaur is a good grass attacker, so take the grass candies when you can. Now, these Pokemon also seem almost obviously bad choices for raid bosses, and to me that tells me one thing. That means that Niantic is going to be switching the raid bosses more often. If all of these raid bosses were good bosses, they'd have nothing to go to when they wanted to rotate again. So, seeing that there's only maybe a couple good raid bosses right now, that lets me know that they're planning on rotating these raid bosses, so we have a rotating meta. So even though the benefits of these Pokemon, the Pokemon themselves may not be great a lot of the time, they're still good for rare candies, they're great for experience. I really do think they're going to be shifting frequently, which means an ever-changing meta, which means Pokemon Go might actually be fun again, which I'm so pumped. And I have a mission today. I'm trying to start something new on this channel called Daily Challenges. I know that's something that a lot of people have been wanting in Pokemon Go for a while, and since we don't have that yet, I'm just gonna make my own. So for today, my daily challenge is gonna be to complete 10 raid battles. And the first one we have today is Magneton.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
The most important thing we need to know when battling Magneton is Magneton has a double weakness to ground. So all the ground attackers are gonna be your best bet, so like Rhydon and Golem with Mudslap Earthquake. But Magneton is also weak to fire and fighting, so your fire attackers like Flareon and Entei are going to be good as well. I wouldn't go with Moltres just because Magneton has the electric attack. And for fighting, Machamp obviously, and Heracross if you have it. Also, the CP that we're looking for is 1,278. That's going to be perfect for Magneton. I'm also using a different camera today. This one's, look how wide this one is, and it probably has better sound too, hopefully. I don't know. Alright, so I definitely could have gotten this Magneton down with only 2 Pokemon. I was being sloppy with my dodges on the Rhydon, but he's basically down now with 90 seconds left. Great throw, Dylan. Thank you, Dylan. Yeah, we got it. Alright, that's the first, on my first throw for my first Magneton raid of the new raid bosses, we are good to go. So that's our first raid of the day down. We still have 9 more to go. Alright, we're at, oh. Alright, we're at raid number 2 for the day, and next we have a Tentacruel. When it comes to Tentacruel, your best bets are going to be your electric attackers, your ground attackers, and your psychic attackers. So your Raikus, your Zapdos, Alakazams, and Espeons. One thing to note, Tentacruel can have Blizzard, which is going to destroy your ground attackers. And the ground Pokemon are also weak to the water attacks that Tentacruel has a plethora of, so maybe just don't use the ground attackers. When it comes to catching Tentacruel, the CP you're looking for is 1356. And also, to be fair, this is a level 2 boss, so I really don't think it matters. Probably just use Dragonite or whatever, but I like to use the best attackers possible in hopes to get the fastest time possible and use as little Pokemon as I can so that I don't waste that many resources healing them back up again. This wide lens, I feel like, makes me look much different. I like this camera a lot. It's so nice. It's not the best. It's a Canon 60D. The only main issue with it is it doesn't autofocus. So if I go over here, I'm out of focus, but I mean, it also looks a lot nicer. I don't know. When I'm moving, I like using the other one because it's so small and tiny. This one's heavy, it's like a big thing. If anyone else hasn't noticed, Prodigy's Nation recently touched on this as a glitch in the game where the Pokemon gain some of their health back. And I've noticed this problem a ton, especially if you fire off a charge move and then you get knocked out a couple seconds later. Almost always they gain that life back, and it's incredibly annoying, especially on a lot of the level 3 bosses when it comes really close to time, a decent amount of the time. I'm not paying attention and I just got knocked out. So far it seems like Tentacruel is a little bit harder than Magneton to take down, which makes sense. Tentacruel is a much tankier Pokemon. Nonetheless, he's going down pretty quick. I'd imagine most players are going to be able to solo this, just like you could solo a lot of the other level 2 raid bosses. Alright, raid number 2, my first Tentacruel down. Is that 2 first throws in a row? I think it is. Let's go get another one. And the next raid battle that we're going to be taking is actually not a new one, but an old one, Gengar. And the main reason why I wanted to do this one is to just show that, like, yes, I know everyone's been saying this, but some of the old raid bosses are still here. I've heard that Alakazam, Gengar, Machamp, Tyranitar, Lapras, and I'm not sure what else. I'll list them all right here, just so I have them all here, ha ha ha. I'm going to take this Gengar of my third battle of the day. Gengar actually can be sort of tricky for me sometimes, so I'm going to have to concentrate on this one, but I'm going to mainly be sticking with my dark types, my psychic types, and ground types. We're in the yellow with 100 seconds left, so it looks like we're good on time. Okay, what was that? What? You saw that, right? He gained... That was insane. That was ridiculous. Jesus. Not only did the timer end like 4 seconds early, but he gained... We're gonna go in one more time. We're gonna do one more time. All right, so since we know it has Shadow Ball, I'm gonna go with one less Espeon. Hopefully this one doesn't get one shot and we can dodge a little bit, but we should be able to get this time. And we're done at 4 seconds left. Great. Looking like this one's gonna be an L again. This guy keeps on gaining life back. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Well, Gengar's gone, so I guess that one was a fail. I want to complete 10 raids today, so I'm not counting that one. So we still have 8 more to go. All right, we are at hopefully our 3rd successful raid battle of the day, and that's Ninetales. Now, Ninetales is probably one of the level 3s that everyone is least excited about because Ninetales is worthless. It's not good for anything. But it'll be fun to battle, mainly because Ninetales can actually have Solar Beam, which is going to be super effective against basically all of its good counters. If it has Solar Beam, this is going to be a little bit tricky. But being that it is just a mono fire type, your best water, rock, and ground types are going to be most effective. So Vaporeon's Gyarados, Hydro Pump, Rhydons and Golems with Mudslap Earthquake, or Stone Edge, or anything like that. I actually have no idea how strong this Ninetales is going to be, but if it's level 3, I imagine we should be able to solo it. Ninetales doesn't seem very strong, so we'll see. And Gyarados is probably going to be your best attacker for Ninetales, just because if it does have Solar Beam, it's not going to be super effective against Gyarados because if it's flying type. So rely on your Gyarados with Hydro Pump for Ninetales, probably. You know, we were dealing with a lot of lag today. This is going to be hard. Jeez, we're way behind right now. We're gonna try again. This is ridiculous. Jesus. If we don't get it this time, we don't get it. Hopefully we just don't get that much lag. We're getting a lot of spinning white balls and he's not attacking back. So something tells me this is gonna be lagging. This is so frustrating. Oh, he's attacking again. Very good. Oh, when he gained all that health back, even better. And we didn't gain the time back. Fantastic. I'm switching out for a Tyranitar. I don't. And why did we go? Why do we go back to Rhydon? What's going on? Well, looking like this one's definitely gonna be an L as well. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to reevaluate my rules for my daily challenge of getting 10 successful raids in a day, due to the fact that I would have been able to get that Gengar and probably this Ninetales as well, if not for an incredible amount of glitch. So this is actually gonna be our 4th. The goal for me is to attempt 10 raid battles in one day. We're working with it. I can't keep just like, okay, well, that Ninetales is gone, very good. I'm gonna look for another raid, hopefully a level 2, just so that I don't get screwed because of glitch and don't lose out on it. Let's go to raid number 5. Okay. We have our 5th raid battle of the day, and this time we have Porygon. Okay, let's do this. No glitches, no regaining health. We are going to beat the Porygon. Now, Porygon's gonna be a little bit tricky. Since Porygon is normal type, your best counter is gonna be fighting type, so your Machamps and your Heracrosses. But Porygon can learn psychic moves, so you're gonna have to be wary of that. It can also learn bug and grass moves. And with Porygon, the magic CP number we're looking for is 895. Well, he's out of health, and all right, we're good. We finally got him. Okay, so Porygon down, easily soloable with the right team and without any glitches if you're prepared. Good to know. We got a Porygon with 874 CP. I'm not gonna go with the Pineapple Berry. Porygon Z is probably gonna be good, so you should start saving your candies for that Porygon Z, but I'm not gonna waste the Pineapple on it. Okay, so even though we missed 2 of them out of the raids that we did catch, we caught all 3 of them on the first ball. It has good IVs. That was raid number 5. Let's go get 5 more. Okay, the next one's gonna be in my car because we're not in the best area of all time, so we're just gonna keep the expensive camera inside of the car and not talk like a crazy person outside of it. The next raid that we have today is one that a lot of people are not gonna be super excited about, which is Charmeleon. Unfortunately, Charizard is just not a great attacker, but we're gonna do it anyway, And one day, hopefully when the Megas come to the game, Mega Charizard X or Y will be good, so we'll see, maybe. Perfect IVs for this one are gonna be 847, so that's the number we're looking for. And as far as counters for it, it's a level 1, it doesn't matter, but like water, rock, and ground, I don't know. All right, let's see what that CP is. Not great, but I still haven't gotten a single TM all day today. But we still have 4 more raids for the day, so I'm gonna go look for something cool. Hello, this is a weird camera angle. You're in a tree. So the next one is not gonna be that interesting. It's actually my least favorite raid boss out of all of these so far, and that's Wartortle. Unfortunately, Blastoise is just not very good. Blastoise has sort of never been very good. Blastoise probably never will be very good. For everyone who likes Squirtle as their starter, I'm sorry to tell you, it's not the best. I don't know. But either way, it's still new, it's still exciting for now, and I'm pumped to give it a shot. Also, the CP that we're looking for is 756. That's gonna be perfect on Wartortle. As far as your counters, it's a level 1, so it really doesn't matter, but electric and grass. So we're gonna get this Wartortle down real quick, and then we have, wait, this is number 7, right? I really do wish that if you were soloing something, if you were going into your own private group, that you'd be able to fast forward the wait time. As soon as you're ready, you could just click go and then go in then. Because there's no reason for me to have to wait this long. It's just like, it's not really the end of the world, doesn't really matter, but like, it's just like a little tiny thing that would just make, it would just help, be super helpful. Great success. Man, only 2 golden raspberries. We're really, Niantic, you need to up these rewards a little bit for these raids. If the Pokemon are gonna suck, that's fine, but the rewards need to be a little bit better. Okay, that's 7 raids down, let's go get 2 more. All right, we are at a Scyther raid now, and Scyther's one of the ones that I'm actually pretty excited for as well. Scizor is a really good Mewtwo counter and just overall a good Pokemon, so as things progress, Scizor is gonna be really helpful. Against a Scyther, you're gonna be wanting to use your electric types, your fire types, your flying types, and your ice types. And the perfect CP that we're looking for is gonna be 1408. That's gonna be 100% IVs. All right, Scyther down, bad IVs. We're gonna transfer this one, but we still have 1 more raid battle to go. And what better way to end this first daily challenge of mine with 10 raid bosses than probably the worst raid boss out of any of them, Metapod. And again, I know a lot of people are sort of pissed about a lot of these raid bosses because many of them aren't particularly great. Some of them can be useful, but most of them are basically worthless. Now, I know that does sort of suck, but like I said before, I think that means something pretty important. The fact that Niantic didn't include all of the good raid bosses that we want leads me to believe that they're going to be doing this more. They're going to be switching everything up. They're going to be changing all of the raid bosses. They're going to be switching up the meta frequently. If they put all the good ones in this one, they'd have nowhere else to go. They'd have nothing else to change. They'd have nothing else to switch it up. So switching up the raid bosses like this with some bad and some good allows us to keep going with this raid system and keep on with a shifting meta. Metapod's actually not as bad as people think. Caterpie only takes 12 candies to evolve, so if you're looking for XP, Pinap bearing a Metapod is going to be pretty helpful to leveling up, honestly. Okay, Metapod down. That's going to be it for me today. Real quick, if you're on Twitter, I recently made a Twitter. Follow me at ValorGrinder. Also, if you want to keep up with me on Instagram, at ValorGrinder. But I know a lot of people are going to be really upset about a lot of these changes, a lot of these raid bosses, but just try to hear me out with what I'm saying, where I think if these raid bosses do change and if we're now on a shifting, rotating meta change, I think that's gonna be a really good thing. Now, if this is just the one change and that's it, we're never getting changes again, this is terrible, awful, awful. But we have to keep in mind that this is probably Niantic's way of saying they're going to be shifting a meta and they just can't put all the goods all in at once. You know what I mean? Like it's gotta be, they gotta spread it out a little bit. But for now, thank you for watching. New videos every week. Subscribe if you want.